Hey everybody, it's Dawn here and it's so nice to see you. Now I've been dowsing in one form or another for almost 3 decades and I'm a house healer amongst other things. And this means that I work with the subtle energy of land, space and people. And my job is to identify and resolve anything that's disrupting the subtle energy of a home or a workplace. And this results in detrimentally impacting those who live or work there. Now, there are many things that influence the subtle energy of our spaces, including earth energies like underground water streams, fault lines, and earth energy lines. Then there's man-made electromagnetic frequencies like Wi-Fi and electricity. And what about emotions that are left in the land or home, curses, spirits, elemental, as well as the things that are directly influencing us, like ancestral and cellular memory, pollutants, past lives and more. The reality is that we live in a soup of subtle energy and we're being influenced by it 24/7. Now, great if that energy supports our health, wellness and abundance, but not great if they don't. Now, one of the problems is that we get used to this subtle energy. We don't notice its impact until it becomes very obvious. I liken it to living next door to a busy road. After a while, you can't hear the traffic. We become numb to these influences, and over time, they can have a detrimental effect because they are subtle in that they're not obvious to us, but they're cumulative, meaning that the impact builds up over time. Now, the basic fact is our homes and workplaces are significant factors in our health, wellness and abundance. Now, clients seek out the services of a house healer like me for a variety of reasons. Often it's a chronic or life-threatening illness, relationship issues, problems with sleeping, changes in behaviour and ghostly goings on are some of the things that people come to me for. But it's usually when something is very obviously wrong that they reach out. And then I use dowsing to uncover these subtle energy influences and work to harmonise them and to bring balance back for the client. Now, my work is based on 3 fundamental truths that I hold. Firstly, everything is connected. There's no separation. And this means that we're in relationship with everything. We affect everything and everything affects us. The second is subtle energy is dynamic. And that means it's susceptible to influence and change. And thirdly, everything is conscious. So rocks, trees, water, and of course, your home. Now, as a house healer, I'm asked for help usually when something is seriously wrong. However, if we all spent a little time each week to work on the subtle energy of our home, as well as the physical cleaning, we shouldn't need the services of a house healer at all. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a few simple things that you can do to improve the subtle energy of your space. It's one of my missions in life to help as many people become aware of these influences and have the knowledge and skills to keep the energy of their space supportive of their health, happiness and abundance. Now, we know that energy is dynamic. So if we take responsibility for the energy of our space, we can maintain it for ourselves without really having to get a house healer in at all. So here are some of the basic practices that I apply in my own home. Firstly, I want you to pay attention to how you feel in the various parts of your home. So remember, we can become numb to any detrimental energy patterns that exist in our home or our workplace. So this is an activity I ask my students to undertake so they can really feel into the energy of their own space first and foremost before they work on another's. So I suggest you take a little tour around your living space and check in with your body. Stop at each threshold and pay attention to how you feel before you step in. Then take a nice clearing breath and walk across the threshold. Become aware of the energy of this space. Notice if you feel different. So this could be feeling calmer or happier, or nervous, sad, angry. Move around the room and notice how you feel from place to place. Is there anywhere that feels uncomfortable or different in some way. Now, this activity will help you to hone in on the areas of your home that you might need to pay closer attention to. It might help you to focus where you improve the energy. Now, I often do this myself at home as another check-in to the space. And if I find something that doesn't feel quite right, I can resolve it before it becomes a big issue. A few crosswords or angry thoughts can be left in the subtle energy of the space. So isn't it best to learn how to clear up after ourselves? Another thing that we can do is to tidy up, clean and fix anything that's broken. This is huge, if not very popular. The energy in your home will benefit enormously from a good clear out and clean up. Don't forget to clean up drawers and cupboards too, and wash your windows, as these are the eyes of your home. Now, clearing the clutter helps the energy to flow again. It's no accident that this is an important action, often recommended by feng shui practitioners. Now, fixing anything that's broken and cleaning is a clear signal to your home that you love it. I cannot tell you how many stories that I have of my clients who've changed the energy of their space overnight by showing their home that they love it. Remember, everything is conscious, even your home. So pay attention to how you speak about your home. If you're frustrated with it, this will come out in the words that we speak. When we change these to more positive ones, you will feel the benefit for sure. As I say, I have so many examples that I can share where a client has a difficult relationship with their home, and this is showing up as subtle detrimental energy and issues in their life. Now, energy clearing is another good regular practice, and there are many ways that you can do this, from simple visualizations to using sound, sacred smoke and crystals. But a really simple way to clear the energy is to set your intention to clear away and transmute anything that doesn't serve the space or those within it. Open the windows and doors to allow the energy to flow and work through your home with whatever you've chosen to use. Now, in fact, opening your windows regularly is excellent for energy flow, and we don't realise just how airtight our homes are with all that draft proofing and double glazing. Airflow is super beneficial. Another thing that you can do is take your pendulum and stand in the centre of the room and set it to swing in this neutral swing, which is backwards and forwards. And then ask your pendulum to remove and transmute any subtle energy that doesn't serve the highest good of the space and replace it with the good stuff. So you'll see your pendulum will likely start to spin counterclockwise as it unwinds the energy, before then moving to a clockwise spin to replace what was removed with positive energy. And when it's done, it will stop and be still. Now, I'm a master crystal healer, so I work with the consciousness of crystal energy in every aspect of my work and life. And two crystals that I recommend are rose quartz, as it brings a loving, harmonious energy into the space, and selenite. Now, selenite will absorb anything that doesn't serve the space. Set your intention for it to work and take out and transmute the subtle energy that isn't of the highest good of the space. You can place a piece in any of the rooms that don't feel quite right as you walked around. Do make sure that you cleanse it before and regularly after, but not in water, as it will ruin it due to how it absorbs kind of moisture. Now, finally, I'm going to suggest salt. Now, salt has been used for centuries as a cure for ailments, as well as being used as a protective force. And we now know that salt can kill bacteria, and it's also an anti-inflammatory. Now, I use Himalayan salt in my diffuser and have found it really helpful with allergies and sinus problems. But also it really shifts how the energy of my space feels. Now, another thing that you can do is to get a Himalayan salt lamp. The bulb gently warms the salt to release its healing properties into the air. And I feel more relaxed, I sleep better, and I really notice it when I don't do this. Now, the prevailing theory is that the warmth of the bulb and the lamp warms up the salt, which in turn releases negative ions into the atmosphere. And these are good things to have. However, I'm not sure this has been fully proven, but all that I know is that I feel much better with my salt lamp on. I also take a regular salt bath to clear my aura. Again, I feel so good after a salt bath. So, finally, I hope I've inspired you to take responsibility for the subtle energy of your space and given you a few simple and practical ways to start transforming it. Enjoy, and ta-ta for now.